Hello Zimbabwe and welcome to Livetalk, the connection, a platform where we discuss issues affecting young people. We are coming to you live from Studio 7 at the Voice of America in Washington. I am your host, Taboka Ncube. Today on Live Talk, we are fact-checking the position of the opposition CCC following the resignation of the former leader, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, and the emergence of different centers of power. One center, called the Citizens National Assembly, which is made up of Chamisa loyalists in and out of parliament, and the Standing Committee, which is loyal to self-proclaimed Interim Secretary General Sengezo Chabangu, although Albert Mhlanga and his team also claim to be the legit Standing Committee, accusing Chabangu of making unilateral decisions. But first, a look at the illegal parceling of wetlands in Zimbabwe for residential purposes has not only damaged the biodiversity in such important sites, but has also left residents vulnerable to floods and the destruction of their property. Columbus Mavunga reports from Harare, where desperate home seekers fall prey to land barons.
27-year-old Matthew Samuel Milans abandoned his home for 5 years after water levels rose to above knee level. He is now living in a communal hall provided by the Zimbabwe government.
I can say things are not okay because we are no longer home. We're being taken care of. So I am pleading for help so we can get alternative accommodation.
The Environmental Management Agency of Zimbabwe has for years been calling for people not to settle or get land in wetlands. Steady Kangata is a director at the government agency responsible for environmental management services.
You might defy the processes today, but there will come a time where water will just pass by and it will be very difficult for you to cohabitate with water. So let's ensure that we shun these wetlands because they have their own other ecological goods and services that they do provide.
Scientists say wetlands must be protected as they manage water levels in the soil. They help control floods, and when there are extreme droughts, they release water for use, scientists say. Precious Shumba, director of Harare Residents Association, claims the government is not serious about keeping wetlands unoccupied.
Wetlands should be a no-go area. No one should be settled in a wetland. A wetland is our source of water. So the people settled in wetlands must be relocated to a land identified by either the government or the council. They have no compensation that they must expect from the council or the government.
Nearly 3 years ago, flooding affected residents living in wetlands in the town of Chitungwisa. That year, in 2021, President Emerson Mnangagwa announced that a team would help find a suitable place to resettle the residents, but so far, that has not happened. Columbus Mavunga, VOA News, Harare.
There was a jubilation and a pandemonium at the Harare Magistrates Court following the news that Job Scala will be free after he was slapped with a wholly suspended 2-year prison sentence. Sikala spent 20 months in remand prison. Those were opposition members rejoicing at the news that Job Scala was now a free citizen. His lawyer, Harrison Komo, speaks to Studio 7 on the case.
After Job Scala's conviction, the sentence was today, and we have just come out of court. Job Scala has been given a 2-year prison term, wholly suspended for a period of 5 years, on condition that he does not commit a crime involving incitement to commit public violence. What is the legal effect of that? The legal effect of that is that he is now a free man. This is the only case that has been keeping him in custody, so he is going to come out. Today, yes.
Are you happy with the judgment? With the sentence?
In fact, let me say, I don't think I can say I'm happy, because the prosecution should not have happened in the first place. You know, we must not glorify things that are wrong. My respectful view is that his arrest in the first place was not supposed to be effected. Equally, the prosecution and the subsequent conviction. So that being the case, we are not arresting. We're going to instruction to take the matter up to the High Court on appeal. What we want is an acquittal, not a conviction with a lighter sentence. No, we disagree with that.
That was Job Scala's lawyer, Harrison Komo, speaking to Studio 7 at the Harare Magistrates Court in Harare. Please stay tuned as we take a brief break.
In times of change, when the world seems uncertain and what we hear doesn't reflect what we see, we seek the truth. When we are told only part of the story, we lose trust. In moments of crisis, our dreams, hopes, and wishes for a better tomorrow depend on a free press. At Voice of America, we bring you the stories that people take risks to see. We connect the world and unite it with truth. At Voice of America, we show you the whole picture.
For those that have just joined us, please note that we are streaming live on our Facebook pages VOA Shona, VOA Studio 7, and VOA Ndebele. We are also live on YouTube, VOA Zimbabwe. Today on Live Talk, we are fact-checking the position of the splintered opposition CCC following the resignation of the former leader, Advocate Nelson Chamisa. To discuss this issue, we are joined on the phone by Advocate Khalipani Pugeni, the spokesperson for the self-proclaimed Interim Secretary General, Sengezo Chabangu, and Dr. Felix Magalela Mafa, the Deputy Spokesperson for CCC, Citizens National Assembly. We could not bring the group that is claiming to be the legitimate standing committee, as Albert Mhlanga said they were in a series of meetings, but said they were no longer in agreement with Chabangu and the standing committee. Welcome to Live Talk, gentlemen.
Welcome. Good evening, viewers. Honorable Mafa, and good evening to your listeners.
Thank you. I'll start with you, Mafa. There has been a lot of confusion on the legitimate CCC leadership. Where do you draw your legitimacy from as the standing committee that is claiming leadership to a CCC?
Can you come? Do you want this question answered by me or
Yes.
by Pugen?
Yeah, by you, Dr. Mafa.
Yes, in the first place, I would need to congratulate Job Scala and the Tole for being released, though they've been given suspended sentence without any case to answer. I'm happy that lawyer Harrison Komo is going to lodge an appeal, because this has been arbitrary and unconstitutional. Therefore, we are so happy that at least our colleague, a veteran of the struggle, Kala, is now free, and we hope this shall be a lesson to the rulers that the justice delayed, the justice denied. Coming to your question, I want to start that Mr. Chamisa has not abandoned the struggle. He has noted some grievances and complaints that should be looked at, and he has gone to prepare a better home to live after his 20 years of service. You know, when we had our Lord Jesus Christ, when he ascended to heaven, his disciples were traumatized, but he gave them hope. Mr. Chamisa has not abandoned his struggle. He is coming back soon with a new impetus, with a new vision, and with the hope of Zimbabweans. Therefore, the distortions that Mr. Chamisa has abandoned the struggle is atrocious and outrageous. People should get it from me. I am communicating daily with Mr. Chamisa. He's consulting me wildly because what he wants to bring will benefit everybody in Zimbabwe.
Thank you. We'll come to you, Vava Pugeni, looking at also the same issue where there is a struggle in terms of who is in control of CCC as we speak. Some are saying they are with Advocate Nelson Chamisa, and some are saying they are with the Interim Secretary General, Sengezo Chabangu. Where do you draw the legitimacy as the standing committee?
Okay, as I've already greeted to everyone, and I also would like to share my joy with Honorable Sikala and Honorable Sutole for their release in this unfair, unjust, and illegal incarceration. We are happy that they are free now. You know that the interim SG made it one of his missions to get Honorable Sikala and Sutole released. We're looking forward for the release of the Twagazi girls and all other women and men that are there in security also, unfairly illegal and in a barbaric manner also. I think you will appreciate that the matters of the SG's legitimacy are before a court of law. Maybe I need to clarify this point. I'm the outgoing spokesperson for the interim SG. In this radio station yesterday, he announced his spokespeople, and I'm here today because you started to get hold of them. So I'm giving you this information so that if I'm not able to give you the nitty-gritties, you may appreciate, because I'm not part of that, of those meetings. I'm not part of the setup. But suffice to say, the issues of where he draws his legitimacy from are before a court of law. There is a summons case, which summons case gave rise to the interdict, which was placed against their cause. So that summons case is actually dealing with the legitimacy of the interim SG. And I will be well advised to allow that process to play its course out without me necessarily advancing issues in this platform. Suffice to say, the SG is confident that that court is going to exonerate him.
Thank you. Coming back to you, Mafa, going forward, what's your strategy? We had you saying that Advocate Chamisa is going to prepare a way for the whole group. What's your strategy going forward? People are confused. They don't know where the party is going. They don't know where opposition is going. Can you give us a picture of what we can expect to see happening in the opposition, since we have seen so many divisions happening? We've seen some other parliamentarians staying in, some councillors saying they will stay and others are leaving. So what's the strategy going forward?
Thank you very much. Before dwelling on your questions, I want to clear this misnomer. The very people who are causing problems are not of their own. They've been sent by ZANU-PF, and we proved this thing started just on the nomination day, when we found that they were running a parallel nomination exercise. The so-called interim executive made of Albert Mhlanga, he contested as an MP, as a double candidate to Mula, Mr. Bingilize Chuma. He contested at Tumbani Makandeni as a double candidate. Mr. Fiso Mbuso, also in Ward 1 in Blawan, and they lost. After losing, they to revert to this unholy alliance of trying to instead Blawan. You remember the 12 familiar MPs that were disqualified. It is the continuation of that exercise. ZANU-PF wanted some seats in Bulawayo, and now they've been assisted by Thabang and his malcontents. Hence, we are not worried about the Thabang and his malcontents. Our trust is against ZANU-PF, and Mr. Chamisa is coming back in full gear to liberate Zimbabwe. I want also to resort on this bogus exercise that they want to revert to 2017 executives. That executive, after two congresses, one by Dr. Coupe as leader of MDC and one by Advocate Chamisa as MDC Alliance, where was scattered and destroyed by the High Court, by the Supreme Court. So if people think they are leaders, they revert to such historical evidence that the High Court gave a ruling that MDC Alliance does not exist, and Dr. Coupe was given that charge of both, and afterwards Mr. Mondora hijacked the party. So Thabang and his malcontents, they are doing the same thing, and they are now reverting to the skeletons which are unconstitutional. So we wonder who is their advisor to be so low legally. Naturally, as CCC, we are grouping up. We are working with the Honorable Timber, who has been installed today to cause tranquility among ourselves and continue with where Mr. Chamisa left. We are still waiting for Mr. Chamisa to give a direction. Hence, you see the whole nation is happy. He has temporarily left leading what he is going to prepare for the most comfortable home, where all Zimbabweans, regardless of tribe, creed, race, gender, and so forth, and you see very soon Zimbabweans are going to celebrate for the Uhuru. That's what I would tell people. They should not despair.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mafa. We have a caller from South Africa. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Who am I speaking to?
Speaking to Bandawa Munoashe.
Munoashe mapinda muchirongwa tipeiwo zvamunofunga nezvenyaya iyi.
I think chikutanga ngati vachamisa decision yavakatora yekubuda muchinhu chinonzi triple C. It was a wisest idea kubva pese pavanga vari mupolitics, because there was no need yekuti vange vachiti vanotungamirira pati inotorwa madecision akakura sekurikola vanhu ivo vasingazvizivi and voramba vachiti ndiri mutungamiriri webato rakadaro. So ndochekutanga chaningade kutaura. Then chechipiri ndechekuti chinhu chinonzi triple C kwakutofa kwacho, nekuti zviri pachena kuti muridzi webhora akatobuda nebhora rake, vanhu havasina chekukava, vangosara vakagara papaki. Muridzi webhora aenda kwataitamba chikoso chikura, muridzi wechikosi aiti akaenda nacho mangosara makagara achinge ndozvave. So zvaakuva vari mupariamendi kuti voramba varimo kusvika vabviswa vozodzokera mupariamendi vave bato itsva. I think ndozvandoona zvingatova nani, nekuti chinonzi triple C kwezvinezvi without Chamisa hapana.
Aiwa, tinotenda mukoma. Tinotenda kuti mapinda muchirongwa. Sibuya kuwe baba Phugeni laphana. Njengoba uChamisa esehambile, kuyini ongakhangelelwa ngabantu? Sibone emuva lapha kulezi impi zokuthi abantu beberecallwa, abanye beqhubekela phambili labo bekhitshwa. Lokhu sekusitshoni njengoba yena esehambile, njalo kulabanye abasele besephalamende kanye lasemakhansilini abathe bona bamalaye. Kuyini esingakukhalela ukuthi sibone kusenzakala?
Ngiyabonga msakazi. Njengoba sesiphile ubaba ugqirha uMafa ukuthi ubaba uChamisa uyabuya back. Ngiyathemba ukuthi inkulumo zabo bazonelisa ukuthi bakhulumisane. Ngizenze ngidumazeka mbona istatement esithi resignation yakhe i-accepted. But njengoba isilungu sisitsho ukuthi when there is life there is hope. Ngicabanga ukuthi basengakhulumisana bakwazi ukuthi batholane. Yabona inkinga yokuthi abantu balwe ngalani indlela ingathi abazalwa bonke, neyokuthi isitha senu sesicina sithola i-advantage. Ake ngikubonise ngo-2018 indaba lezi ziqala ku-opposition, abantu bonke bahamba lo ubaba uChamisa, umama uKhubu wasala lami, labo mhlonishwa uBhebhe, labo mhlonishwa ubaba uChief Ndlovu, lo mhlonishwa umama uMguni, asasala nje silihlekana. Ngitsho labo Monzora bahamba ngalyanisa yini. But sikwazi ukuthi constitution yayithi umama umela thatha, but bahamba ngayo. Babiza thimizana, right? Ayisakubona lokho. uMonzolo uthethe bona ukuthi isinkwa ngathi singale wabaleka anti saqala singale ukuthi kuba kuThamisa uthe bona isinkwa sesisuke ngale sesibe ngapha wabaleka wagijima wabuya ngapha uthethe ngapha bambizana basiza laphizana but bangafuni ukuthi sidile lento iyovele sixabanisayo kungalandeli constitution. Kuthe sekwenzeke kanjalo ke hayi kwahamba kwaba ingqabangcoza lokho soyikho khona up to now. Namhlanje njengoba ngikhuluma nawe incwadi ithe ubaba uprofessor nguye kade echeye imeeting. Baba uprofessor ngade echeye imeeting. Umhlonishwa wabhajila umhlonishwa uCaston ngomunye wama spokesperson. Ubaba igqwetha umlilo ngomunye wama spokesperson. Bonke laba bantu ngabantu ade behamba lo baba uChamisa. Ngabantu akade bebonke manje siya ku-election kulishwa izanu. So namhlanje mase beyizanu umbuzo uthi kanti kuhamba njani ukuthi abantu abaningi abaqala bengale bacela sebeyizanu futhi kule nkinga phela khona la maybe abantu sabizizanu kanti it's not the issue. And into enzuzo ubuhlungu ukuthi sibona mase kumele ukuthi baphume eParliament phela in solidarity nobaba uChamisa njengoba bebethe bona they stand with him babiza ubaba uChamisa imposter bambiza wonke la magama. sebejika bona sebebhala kukhona ku-Twitter timeline kababuhopwele bathi ngoba bakwazi ukuthi eParliament bona ngoba umongameli uyi-dictator ngoba umongameli akakhulumi labo uvela wazenzela i-decision engakhulumanga labo yena abakhulumi la Twitter kwathini
kwathi siyabonga
ukuthi iqala lento
siyabonga baba Phugeni kulo secingweni ke sizwe osecingweni baba Khumalo siyalamukela kuhlelo linjani
ngiyaphila bani njani nani la kwenisakazweni
hayi siyaphila phose lakho lapha ngokuphangisa ungenile kuhlelo
mina into emangaza kakhulu ukuthi kanti uma umongameli sechiya inhlangano ngoba thina kakhulukazi abantu besindebeleni ngathi asilakho esivile ukothini okwethu sibalekela ebantwini abaqhamuka ngapha eMpumalanga ongakuthi ishimizi thina ngathi ukuzimela kwethu kuba nzima uma umuntu esishonele ngekho phambili webandla.
Hayi siyabonga baba Khumalo ngombono wakho.
Okay.
Baba Phugeni ngizaphenduka kuwe othi sizwe ubaba uMafa isikhathi lapha singani sesibalekile Dr. Mafa an ordinary Zimbabwean who is worried about democracy and a functional economy, what do you have to offer?
Ukukhuluma ngibonga uKhumalo umbuzo wakhe ukhuluma uqondile. Into engimangalisayo ukuthi abantu abasasoli iZANU-PF. Sihlupheka sisonke sisuka kuGugurawundi ukuthi sibile sike namhlanje. Abantu baqotshiwe eParliament ngoba uChabamo esebenza neZANU. Ama-MP wakhethileyo bathe bengena bafika sebeqotshiwe. Yona i-Constitution section 58 ithi the freedom of association and assembly. Section 68 freedom of conscience lokukholwa. Kodwa abantu sebesikhala ngokuthi uChamisa ubalekile hayi uChamisa akabalekanga utshengisa ukuthi iZANU impeshani.
Yes siyakuzwa baba Mafa. Yes siyakuzwa baba Mafa sikhangela nje sekusele imizuzwana emilutshwane ungasijikela lapha ukuthi kuyini umuntu oseZimbabwe angakukhangelela ukuthi lingakuletha njengentuthuko kuye khathesi.
Okwakhathesi sithi thina sijonge umbuso okhululekileyo ubaba uChamisa uyeza akulansuku zatshwala uyabuya ezeqhasisela abantu ngenxa yokuthi akusela mthetho ama-organizations wonke ama-institutions aseChad jaji ngitsho lamajaji bawakhulumi nge-freedom of association ukusukuma lencwadi edobileyo efike eqotha abantu bavumelana lapho. Lokho etshengisa isikhalazo esikhulu ukuthi iZimbabwe sibulawa yi-corruption lokuswela ubuntu. Yikho-ke siyabuya lo-President Chamisa ezethi ikhulume labantu ngoba khathesi usakhuluma labantu ekuthiwa yi-consultation. Ubuhlungu ngoba ukhanya ukuthi abantu beZimbabwe sebediveta into yama-election lapho kwathiwa ama-election abolile khathesi bexoxana lomoya ofakwe ngubaba uChabamo le-ZANU-PF. Sesikhohliwe ukuthi sivela kuma-elections. Abantwana bangeni ukuthi thina sasipromote i-youth yobhajika sesibhiko bazaba ngamaminista njengoba ngingangisazi ukuthi
siyabonga
amaminista we-youth.
Siyabonga Dr. Mafa isikhathi iso esingani sesibalekile laphana. Let me take this opportunity to thank you for coming on the program. That brings us to the end of our show. Signing off in Washington, I am Taboka Ncube.